My name is Georgia. A few years ago, I had an extremely difficult experience trying to adopt a dog. I found that I would find a dog online, I would reach out to the organization, and then nothing. I'd either never hear back, or it would take months, or sometimes weeks or months, until I would hear, sorry, that dog isn't available. It was so upsetting that I eventually gave up. It was just like, I'm not gonna get a dog. Fortunately for me, my story did not end that way. I ended up stumbling upon my forever friend, Willow. This is a problem, because a county shelter like Franklin County only has a 45% adoption rate, meaning 55% or over half of their dogs are not adopted. Adopting pets does not only help the pets, but it's shown that having a pet improves both the mental and physical health of people. People ages 18 to 34 are shown that 58% say having a pet makes them feel less lonely. For people ages 55 and up, 47% say having a pet increases their exercise. If you or someone close to you has adopted a dog, you've probably experienced some of the same issues. There are so many websites out there with outdated and inaccurate information along with communication hurdles that make it difficult. Willow is here to help make it easier, to make the adoption process easier for both the rescues and shelters and the adopter. Previously at Startup Weekend, we did customer validation focused on the adopters to see if they would be interested in using product. We had 25 in-person interviews along with 110 survey responses. This weekend, we changed and focused on what the needs and issues of the shelters that were causing this problem. We had 4 in-person conversations with shelters and spoke to 5 other representatives over the phone. So what did we learn from all of this? What we learned was that actually shelters and larger organizations with that tend to have a CRM system in place. So what we realized is that where we have the most value is with rescues, places that rely on fostering. So introducing Willow, the perfect path to your perfect pup.
This is Willow, a set of web and mobile services that connect the pets, that connect rescue pets who need families with families that will love them. Someone interested in a pet can go and browse the inventory and take the application directly on the web. Send that application to the shelter or the rescue directly, and the rescue has the ability to update their inventory, make sure that people know all about the animals they have for adoption. And look at that, our application came in. They can view the application, accept or decline, set up an appointment right there, right within the app, directly from their phone. We have a website available as well for the rescues to use to keep up the status of their dogs and their availability. And we talked about some future features that we may worry about embedding in the application in the future around engaging the new pet parents after adoption, building community between the fosters and the adoptive parents, as well as community among the adoptive parents. The pet market is growing rapidly. People are adopting dogs at a faster and faster rate, or going to get dogs. If we can make it as easy to adopt a rescue as it is to buy a dog, then we believe more people will rescue those animals. We have a great revenue model. People we talked to weren't even aware of how much they paid for their rescue. And I'm sure they'd be more than willing to pay a small fee for the convenience and what they get from using our service. It also is a convenient way for us to solicit donations for the shelters. The next thing we need to do is to connect with rescues, dig a lot deeper into the workflow of the rescue, how an animal gets from needing to be adopted to actually adopted in a loving family, and identify and work with some of those pilot rescues on an implementation. Thank you. Help us paw it forward.
Hi there. So my question is, I'm familiar with Pet Finder. There's other websites out there that purport to do this. So how is this different?
So you're right. There are a lot of websites out there that it's actually a very crowded software space in the shelter world. So Pet Finder is an example. A lot of that inventory, we found when we interviewed the shelters, they have to manually type in the inventory all the time, and so it gets out of date really quick. It doesn't connect very well with their systems, their CRMs, and the rescues don't use it at all or very well. Also, once you make a connection on Pet Finder, it's just up to you to negotiate directly with the rescue, who is already overwhelmed, and you know, they don't have time to mess with you really. So what we'd like to do, this is a full service. We're you know, white glove taking you from I need a dog to I have a dog, you know, loving companion in my family, holding your hand all on the way using our service.
And sorry, one of the other things that I've